Hey.
Hi.
Oh, hello.
Welcome to TEATOX. My name's Herb III. Y'all know Matt. And this is our wonderful friend, Sid.
Or Siddharth.
Or Siddharth.
Welcome.
Welcome to
Finally
TEATOX.
got you on TEATOX.
Welcome to TEATOX. Sid has let slip that on occasion he listens to TEATOX while he goes to bed. So, you know, he deserves to be here.
That's good. We should branch out into like ASMR, maybe.
We should. Just us drinking tea
Just
quietly.
tea sipping. Just the slurping.
Would you be into that, Sid?
Yeah.
It might be. I really enjoyed the crunch when you were breaking off that tea.
The tea. So today's tea is called Qian Liang.
Hei Cha.
It's a Hei Cha. It's also called Thousand Liang or Generations Tea or Family Tea or something. The cake I had, or the slice of the log, was about, when it was first sliced, about 800 grams. And these logs actually are about 36 kilos, give or take.
Wow.
And
So that's about, a kilo's about 3 tea cakes, right?
about three pu'er cakes, yeah.
3 pu'er cakes, so 36 times 3.
Yeah.
Somebody do math. I can't do it.
About 100 pu'er cakes
100
worth.
pu'ers.
Anyways, it gets rolled with bamboo, and like multiple people roll this tea into logs for the purpose of aging. And it comes from Hunan, China, and the county of Anhua. I don't know too much about this tea. I do know it's a Hei Cha. I do know it's wonderful. I really like the taste of this tea. Super earthy, and just really cool culture. I've seen a few videos of men using their feet and bamboo and rolling these logs, and it's just wicked. It's really wicked, like log tea. Here it is. So, first we do the quick rinse.
Nice. And it's cool too to sample kind of teas from all over China, right?
Totally.
I guess tea is mainly a little like, would it be fair to say it's a little Yunnan centric?
No.
In terms? No.
I would say China.
China.
They grow tea everywhere in China, and every section is kind of known more for certain types, but they all kind of learn the same sort of skills and stuff, right?
It's the most famous from Yunnan, though, right?
Pu'er comes from Yunnan.
Oh, okay.
Still, I wouldn't say that. I would probably say green tea is the most famous, and that probably comes from multiple places. I don't drink enough just green tea to fully know.
That's your table.
It is stuff I will investigate now, though. Like, what is the most famous province for tea in China? I don't know. Is it where it comes from, like Yunnan, or is it more of like a drinking province? Like, is Guangdong the most tea famous spot in China? I'm not sure. Not sure.
Well, I'm excited to have this.
Yeah.
That log looked really appetizing. I like the little golden chunks in it, too.
The golden flowers. So Hei Chas have golden flowers that propagate throughout the aging, and there's a name for it. We'll look it up. Maybe we'll put it down underneath. But they promote it as a health-conscious fungus that grows on certain fermented teas. Heard it here, folks. Fungus tea. Get at it.
The fungus can really change the taste of it, too.
Yeah,
right?
supposedly it does.
Yeah, adding those good probiotic benefits as well.
Booyah. I've actually
What?
so Fucha is the most...
Don't like my tea knowledge?
Fucha is the most known for the golden flowers, and I have a booklet upstairs that says the golden flowers are the same fungus that lands on top of the reishi mushroom.
Oh.
So they try to make the connection with reishi. Who knows?
Nice.
Who knows? I'm not sure. I'm not a scientist. I don't know nothing like that. Just recently found out that, you know, we can have moldy tea and it's good. Like, what?
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
I love it. Well, this is my third Gong Fu sesh today. And I know in the last video we're talking that I'm becoming a tea guy, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a show and shung before I came here. And There's actually a gas shortage happening right now in Victoria anyway. So
Scary.
I didn't work because I didn't want to get, you know,
Well, perfect excuse.
Hunger Games or Purged out there. It kind of had that vibe. So I just drank tea inside.
Sid, have you had tea today?
I have not. No, I did have some coffee though.
Sorry to hear that.
As long as it wasn't a bagged.
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
Bag?
Chi
All right,
Chi.
boy.
Bag tea.
Let's smell. Ooh,
Ooh, earthy.
very earthy.
So what do you got, Herb?
I taste old ginseng.
Yeah, I taste really rotted wood.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Oh yeah, like a spider web would.
yeah, but like very tree-like.
Yep.
You know, like almost living tree.
Yeah. I'm getting a note of dark chocolate a little bit.
Definitely chocolatey. Definitely chocolate. How about you, Sid?
I'm not there yet. It's too hot.
Oh, okay. All right. No rush. No rush.
We guzzle it around here.
Yeah.
Old leaves. Old leaves.
Old leaves. Yeah. Old leaves. It tastes like a lot, I don't know, more energetic than a pu'er.
Mm-hmm.
It tastes like there's something more going on in it.
Yeah, definitely. It has a minerality that's unlike any Western tea.
Yeah.
Wow, it's beautiful. It's kind of a combination of raw pu'er that we have with added oomph of the earthy smokiness.
Yeah.
Smoky, yeah.
A little smoky.
Definitely smoky. I love it.
And whoa, it's directly going into the forehead. It's like
Bam.
right up there.
Bam.
Yeah.
Get it in ya.
So, you know, I've been hardcore into tea for a few years and liked tea for probably about 12. I wasn't as fortunate enough to have tea ingrained in my household growing up.
Oh.
Would you like to indulge a little?
All right. What did you drink growing up at home?
Me?
Yeah, like in your household. Like...
Coca-Cola, bro. Like it just wasn't
Amen.
like that.
Amen.
It just wasn't like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Well, my mom really used to like Coca-Cola actually.
Mm.
Yeah, she was a big fan. And yeah, I grew up drinking lots and lots of hot milk
Yeah.
because kids are not really given tea.
Oh, really?
Yeah, up until they are, I think, around 13-ish. And once you are there, then it's given very medicinally, like because when it is medicine. So if I'm feeling cold or I'm, you know, just something happened, I'm upset. My mom used to make this specialty which is called doodh wali chai. Doodh means milk, chai means tea.
Okay.
So it had more milk content than tea.
Okay.
So it was basically diluted tea mixed with milk.
Did it have the spices too?
Yeah,
Like cardamom,
spices were
ginger?
important. Those were the medicine.
Yeah. Oh, I see.
And so like that's how it happened to in my household. Like you gradually start with milk and you slowly go towards straight. Like then you start having kadak chai. Kadak means sharp and powerful tea.
That's amazing.
Cool. Right.
And that was like my transition towards having tea. But up until I was 18-ish, I had tea maybe like once a day because I already had too much energy to be doing all the things that I was doing at that time. So I was limited to like 1 cup a day. But
You would say though, in your hometown,
Yeah.
it's a big thing,
oh yes,
especially in the morning. Like I remember seeing the videos of people lining up at like 3, 4 in the morning to get tea with these little clay cups that they break. And then when I met Sid, it was like the first thing I like asked him about. He's like, that goes down just right down the street, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
cool.
How much is a cup of chai at 4 in the morning?
Like
4 in the morning.
10, like 5 or 10 rupees.
And so what is that in Canadian?
So would be maybe like 10, 15 cents.
Baller. And it's really good too, right?
Oh yeah, it's the best. They've been doing it for so long that they they got it down to
Yeah, I
fractions.
say if anyone can, they should Google like street vendor chai.
And
In
what
India.
in what state are you from? In your hometown?
I'm from Chandigarh, which is Union Territory, the capital of Punjab and Haryana.
Oh, okay.
And it's one of the modern cities and planned cities in India.
Nice.
And yeah, it's quite, tea is really runs through the veins there. It's a big IT sector as well.
Yeah.
And all of the people who have jobs there, they are the first one to go in the morning at stalls at 5 a.m. line up.
Why do they line up so early?
They know it's good.
Because A, this is good. B,
Oh, okay.
they need to wake up and like be alert and do their work.
Oh, okay. Right
Yeah,
on.
it's like
Okay.
that's how it's like you brush your teeth, you take a shit, you drink tea.
Nice.
You know,
Yeah.
it's like
Nice.
it comes one after another.
And I think we've said it on here before, but tea has multiple names. Tea or Te, I believe, in China, also Cha. And as it went down to India, it turned into chai, right? So they don't, they talk about anything tea as chai, right?
Yes, there is.
Do they use the word tea there?
Oh yes, India is very uses a lot of English,
Yeah.
like the influence, and it's actually India has one of the largest populations of English-speaking people.
Wild.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so
Is it part of the curriculum for school? Or is
yeah.
it like just a choice?
So there are English medium schools,
Yeah.
like there's French immersion in here, Canada.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And there's in the government schools or the public schools, there's also, there's an English subject. English
Yeah.
is the government official language actually in India.
Oh, crazy. Cool.
And there are more than, I don't know the number, I think more than 50 recognized languages
Wow.
that every state and union territory speaks, and it has its own thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always found a treasure talking to Sid about tea and his home. Yeah, I hope to do more traveling.
It's pretty intrinsically involved in the lifestyle as well, I would say.
Totally. Like coffee here.
Yeah,
Like Starbucks here.
very much like
Yeah.
it's a little more hands-on though, because you have a person who's situated right by a tree mostly.
Yeah.
It's like a tree stalled by the tree. He's just seated down on the ground.
Yeah.
Has a one stove top and like a fuel tank, and he's pumping the
That's so
gas,
cool.
and he has a big rimmed pot with water, and he just like takes his hand, puts it in the tea, and just like there's no measuring.
Yeah, it's cool.
His palm is like what he needs.
I've seen some videos, and I think Hong Kong, they make, they call it milk tea, and it's kind of similar to the chai tea vendors. So it's like an all-day thing, and they actually use strainers, but they're like big socks, kind of like big like fabric-y strainers, and they like pour it a whole bunch of time to make it really creamy. Pretty cool, pretty cool. But again, Gong Fu Cha's the main type of tea I drink, because I'm somewhat obsessed, and there is tons and tons of information, and so many different styles of like, I guess like home crafted style of tea that gets produced from all these little sections. And if it wasn't for the investigating, I would never know anything about this. Like, really, like there's no way to find this type of tea here in Victoria, BC. Right? It just doesn't exist. We're probably the only cats in town drinking this right now.
Yeah.
Oh, the smell, very earthy still.
It's there's a lot of leaves. I feel like obviously
leaves.
it's tea and it's tea leaves, but it's like kind of like that
You don't say.
like wet leaves,
They
like
got the autumn,
composty.
like autumn, the smell of autumn kind of.
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
It is a little sour, It has a spicy and a herbal note to it too.
Tea tastes like wet leaves.
I guess it does.
You heard it here, folks. Tea tastes like wet leaves.
It does.
Facts.
Actually, I remember a story I read when I was in middle school, I believe, as to how people in China discovered tea.
Yeah.
And there was this king who was feeling sick, I think. So his medicine man said, okay, you need to take like a hot bath, and you just go and like you gotta release all your tension and worries of your kingdom. And he goes in his bathtub, and this water is really hot, and he's in it, and he's like, all right, this is good. And his windows are open, and these leaves just fly in through the window and land in his bathtub, and slowly he sees this beautiful golden hue just slowly enwrapping him in the water, and he is just amazed by this golden hue, and it slowly enwraps him, and he senses the energy, the qi, and is blessed by this plant medicine. And he rises and he tells one of his gods, like, go find me this leaf. This is a gift from the gods that has arrived by my palace. And they go and they see a little farmer plucking leaves and just like throwing them into the air. And the gods go and ask him, hey, what is this plant our king has ordered us to investigate? And he's like, this is just, a touch of the universe, he said. It's a touch of the universe, and he's spreading it around China. And that monk or that peasant or that farmer is said to have roamed, has gone through that path in China, just spreading these leaves
Interesting.
into different palaces.
That's cool.
Beautiful. I've heard similar to that. There's a few origin stories. Another funky one I heard. There's two like warrior ones, but the one I heard was a king warrior was like in war, and he wanted to stay awake so he'd be ready for any attack. So he cut off his eyelids.
Oh.
Right, and then he planted them. And so obviously if you have no eyelids, you're going to stay awake. But he planted them, and his eyelids grew into the bushes in the shape of eyelids. And that's like the tea plant of staying awake. And then I heard another one where leaves fell in a bowl when a warrior was like hanging out by a tree. So
well, I know our next episode, bathtub tea.
Bathtub
and
tea.
eyelid tea.
Eyelid
so I
TEATOX.
think, we're just getting ideas.
Yeah, beautiful. How are we for time?
Oh, we're always good on time. We have all the time in the world.
Yeah, when we say that, we're like our time card on the camera before we run out.
Well, behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes, yeah.
Behind the scenes.
We're learning these things.
Yeah.
Do we have enough to pour another?
Why don't we take a break?
Take a break. See you.
Break.
Hi.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back again.
Maybe I'll pour another steep here, and we'll enjoy it.
I agree with the energetic element you said. It is very energizing. It feels happening.
So how long have I known you now, Sid?
I would say about 2 years.
2?
A
Maybe
little more
almost
than
3.
A little more than. No, yeah, actually, like 2 years, 6 months or so.
I met you through Jared,
Yeah.
Herbal Jared, and we kicked it. We hit it off well ever since.
Yeah, it's been very consistent actually.
And you've got into Gong Fu with me, the Gong Fu Cha. He's been part of my study group.
Yes.
And that's been pretty freaking fun.
It's been an extremely rewarding experience because at first it was a shit show to begin with, because I'm used to tea being pleasant in a very different way, being it sweet and milky and having those characteristics of flowering in a different sense. But
Yeah.
mostly what I mean is sugar.
Right. Yeah.
Sugar and milk.
You guys sugar it up.
Oh yeah,
Right?
always. I've never had
Yeah.
like tea without sugar or milk before I got
Mm-hmm.
introduced to the style of tea
Mm-hmm.
from Thanks to Herb.
Mm-hmm.
And it actually helped me a lot with my herbal
Yeah.
journey in here in Canada of getting to know plant medicine and developing that sense of taste and the amount of sensitivity you require to be able to enjoy tea. And at first I couldn't finish this cup that you see here.
Yeah.
I used to drink half and just dump.
Oh, really? Eh? Yeah.
It's so strong, right? And
Yeah.
it is like tea espresso, kind of, right? But once, like you're saying, once you start to, like plant the roots in this sort of style, you learn so much. It's happening to Matt. I've learned so much from this stuff, and still only know one drop. Like I'm not even close to anything, but I am passionate about it. I really do like chi now, and like getting like a good feeling. Like this one's making me a little tingly, and I'm energized.
I mean, I couldn't do, like you were saying, so like I couldn't do raw pu'er. It was just too astringent. It's too bitter, right? But slowly.
Sid's laughing. He's like, ha ha, because the tea study, he's done like 6 raws in a row.
Oh yeah.
We don't do
Brutal.
nothing but that.
Yeah.
They can be really brutal, and I remember at first when Herb introduced me to them, I'm like, this tastes like compost shit. Like this is like the worst kind of thing I've ever had.
True.
And it's
true.
bitter, and like as you said, it's astringent.
Mm-hmm.
And I think by now I've probably had more than 10 kinds of raw pu'ers over 50 times.
Are you starting to crave it
Maybe
now?
more. Maybe.
Not
Because
crazy.
that's where I've gotten to. I'm like,
He's at the craving.
I want the raw now.
And so,
Yeah.
but I have sat with him solo and with people, and he's quite enjoyed them.
Yes,
Because the chi is unlike any other tea almost, right?
that's true.
I don't know about that. That's a big statement, but it's an ass kicker, and it can take you to really neat places. Like me and Sid have been like I've had tea sessions with him where we've totally felt like the tea is way above our pay grade. Like there's tastes and feelings that we just don't even understand.
Yeah.
Kudos to you, cup of tea.
It's crazy, yeah.
Yeah, it's been especially the way we do it too, like the way you facilitated the tea study. Like when you arrive at the space, you're like, okay, I'm not just here to, consume. Because a lot of the time, that's kind of the ideology. A lot of us also have that relationship with beverages and drink and like food.
That is
even.
true. Yeah.
It's like this is something I consume to sustain.
Yeah.
And the shift in that ideology was so important to be able to actually be welcomed into this perspective
Yeah.
and welcomed to the energy and this incredible offering that tea is.
Well, to break it down for the layman's, when we do the tea studies, we take notes. So it's like the compression of the cake, the look of the leaves, then the smell of the leaves, then after we rinse them, the smell of the rinsed leaves and what that reminds us of, then the color of the tea, the smell out of the cup, then the taste of the tea, and then since we are walking the path of tea, we also do what the chi does. So we write down like how the tea is making us feel. The cool thing is between the 3 or 4 people, we all interchange the flavor notes, and we don't talk about what we're tasting. So I might taste half of what the tea tastes like, and then between everyone else, we get the rest, plus they all agree with me. And then it's the same thing with the energy too. So it's like, it's not just my own personal psychosis here. It's a group consensus psychosis, and it's over a cup, right? So it's really fun stuff. I'm willing to do that with anyone. I know I'm not the inventor of that at all, but I definitely find the tea studies has been really fun.
It's been very enthralling.
You came to one, Matt.
I did do
We
one
need
bright
you
and
back
early. I was falling asleep.
Very
but
hard.
I did it. Yeah.
Very hard. You made it.
It's like 8 in the morning or something.
I'll start a night session for
You
Matt, and
did, yeah.
he'll be the pupil.
It's like, come on.
Yeah.
I live in the country. I gotta drive all the way.
South
It
Central
was good.
Sandage.
South Central.
He runs it.
Yeah.
Represent.
Yes.
What do you taste of this?
I taste a lot of subtlety with it. At the same time,
Totally.
it's making itself very seen, but also it has this subtlety and this cadence to its notes that it doesn't require me to stop, and there's no abruptions really.
No.
It's very smooth.
Very smooth. Yeah, it tastes like wooden closets and wooden chests and like dirt and like composts and ginseng and chocolates, and it's interesting. That doesn't sound too appetizing, but really this is like it feels like a cup of health,
Yeah.
right? Like I'm drinking it and feeling like I'm getting lots of nutrition and energy and like essence.
It
almost.
feels like kind of the. It reminds me of kombucha a little bit.
What? The
You don't think so? No, just kind of the energy I'm getting out of it. It's kind of like it's just kind of hitting my gut in a way that I'm just like loving it.
The probiotics.
The probos. Yeah.
The probos. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. That's nice.
And I've been steeping it fairly long. As you'll see in the video, it's a pretty compressed log, right?
Yeah.
And like, so it's kind of cool. I heard that it's also called like generation tea or family tea. So like the theory is like you could buy a full log and then you just have it in your home, and then like your family gets to drink on that thing like forever.
That's cool.
Right? Like I would love to
The
like
family log.
yeah, I would love to save. Yeah, I would love to save up and somehow find a way to get one and just like leave it, and then
So
eventually, because definitely eventually these things are gonna be in museums.
I just like get everybody to sit on it, and then you just chunk off as you're sitting. Everybody's essence kind of gets into it.
Or you cut it in fours and you make it like little stools.
Yeah, stools. There you go. Make the tea table out of it.
Would be cool just to have them like hanging up or something. Yeah, you could just scrape a little bit, but it's
Yeah. Make a house out of it.
You know who did that?
Actually-
Willy Wonka, the Palace of Chocolate, and
true.
There you
true.
go. Yeah.
Oh, wait. I did hear.
Who wouldn't want that?
I did hear through another tea voice, the Tea Hut Ghost or
Tea house ghost.
Tea House Ghost.
Yeah.
I think there is like buildings made with bricks of tea, like rooms at least.
Nice.
He did bring it up, like bricks of compressed tea in like a tea house. Like
That's
I don't know,
so
I don't
cool.
remember, but I did hear that existed. So Willy Wonka or
Willy Wonka tried to do it with chocolate. I mean, he did not. One of his customers requested him to build a palace of chocolate.
yeah, that's the
yeah,
new. That's
yeah,
the
yeah.
Johnny Depp one. That's not the
Oh,
Gene
okay.
Wilder style,
Gene
but yeah, no,
Wilder.
that's
Oh, I see.
that is cool. It all melts.
Yeah.
It's like, man, I wanted to eat that place.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I wanted the blueberry can like that guy blew up.
The
into
bubble gum?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what I wanted to try out.
Speaking of,
I wouldn't want to swim in that river.
no, the
No.
chocolate
Like,
river.
kind of, yeah.
But also sugar is really good for your skin.
Well, speaking of sugar, how I'm trying not to consume it.
Oh,
Chocolate
that would be-
still can be a thing for me because they do make 100% chocolate, and there's a bunch of different styles. We got a really fancy chocolatier here in Victoria, BC, like maybe one of the most fanciest and biggest one, and he has a few. So when I want to get down on chocolate, I was eating 100% last night, and I was eating a few cacao nibs, and it was doing what it did, right?
I'm excited. I think one day we're gonna have the BC grown Canadian tea from Duncan.
We gotta try some.
Yeah. I think they're called West Home. Yeah.
We should interview them, talk to them,
They
go up
grow.
there and just kind of gush on them for a second. They may like us
Totally.
enough to like do something about it.
Wonder what kind of plant they have.
Yeah, the varietal.
If it's probably. Yeah.
You know what this tastes is starting to taste like the neutrality of the present, like of the present.
The neutrality of the present. So it's tasting like.
Like you can eat like with the cup, like with that tea, like all kinds of tea will help you be in the present. But this one is just like
Super present.
it's a little bit like when you drink it, it is very soft, and it ripples through like on top of your tongue, and it just invites you to this space of just like admiration.
It's not as creamy as pu'er.
That's right.
It's, yeah, as ripe pu'er, right? It's kind of got that fermentation in it.
A little bit more lake watery, a little bit more.
Yeah, kind of like pondy.
So most Hei Chas have that little vibe, or the type I have tried, the series of Hei Chas I've tried, all kind of have that, and that's actually one of my markers for knowing it's a Hei Cha.
Well, so how many different teas are blended in this Hei Cha?
Oh, different sections, you mean?
Yeah.
Like different kinds?
Yeah.
I don't know them all, but there's
up to like 5 in each, right?
So
or it
like there's a bunch. So
Yeah.
so in Hei Cha section, ripe pu'er does classify, but there's also Fu brick or Fu Cha, Fu Xuan brick. Then there's also Hei Xuan brick. Then there's the Qian Liang and different sizings of that. So different like numbers, different sizes of logs. There's the Liu Bao. There's the Liu An. There's also Kang brick that is like the Tibetan type of brick.
I have Liu Bao.
Yeah, you have a Liu Bao.
Yeah, I got that Liu Bao.
Liu Bao. And then in those categories, there's going to be smoky ones, non-smoky ones, grassy ones. So there's going to be a whole plethora of flavors in that. It doesn't stop. It's going to continue. We're going to keep drinking. I don't know nothing, but I'm figuring it out.
We're learning. You're learning
with us.
Well, you're watching us learn.
You better be.
Yeah.
You better be. And now you all can know why I love Sid. Like Sid, like you just get him talking, and it's like, yeah, we want to be his friend.
Yeah.
Come on.
No, I'm not. No, you're great. You're great.
Put some Careless Whisper on.
It's the tea. It's the tea. Tea is the instrument.
It is.
I've had 3 Gong Fu sessions. I don't know. I'm just kind of flying here.
You're launched.
I'm launched out. I was launched when he came out. I was dancing for you guys. I was showing you videos.
True. You showed me a pretty interesting video.
Yeah.
Cray step. What is it called?
The Crip Walk.
You showed me some Crip Walk stuff.
Controversial walk.
Well, you know what? That's just a little bit too self-central sandwich for us.
It is, yeah. Okay.
No, you showed us that prison rap video that was intense. Lil Nas. I think that was one of the funniest things I've seen in a while. It's great.
Pretty good.
And just so you know, like, for what I know of prison, it doesn't get down like that too much.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, I did see a lot of, like, hiked up underwears and a lot of, like, playing games and stuff and acting nuts. Like, so it gets pretty silly, right? When people are done being hard, you know, walking hard in the yard, they come back and sometimes people be silly, right?
Nice.
So
little silly time.
Everybody gets silly, I guess.
That music video is hilarious.
Well, that's a good music
That
video.
is like,
like
that
it.
is what you need. It's like a parody of prison music video. The best.
Pretty good.
Lil Nas.
Shout out.
Yeah. That's cool. Well, who's your favorite hip hop artist, Sid?
I would have to say. Well, recently I've been pretty entranced with Mac Miller, actually. His new album, Circles, is absolutely beautiful.
Nice.
And
he died from the drug overdose. As do so many people these days. So if you're on drugs, or you know, maybe try to find a way to get off them, right? Try to find some support, because that's brutal, right?
Yeah.
It sucks when like talent ends up dying from things like that. It's super common, but now it's getting even more common because at some point or another they traded out drugs for just chemicals.
Yeah.
Right? And severe pharmaceutical poisonous ones. So, yeah.
Well, I'm listening to a lot of Maxo Cream lately. Kind of my jam.
I try not to listen to rap because I'm a little paranoid and I believe that tribal sounds and repetitive messaging could influence my life. So what I'm trying to do is listen to more like tea music, classical music, happy music. If I do get down, it's like happy hardcore stuff. Like, I don't know, just like I like music that makes me feel good, and hopefully that doesn't have a depressing or an anger message, because I'm susceptible to energy cokes if I'm not careful.
It's a powerful medium, music, right? Very influential.
Speaking of prison, I was watching prison shows.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what? After like 3 days of crushing it because I had a bit of a cold and I was just like, meh. I didn't feel great. You know, it didn't fully boost me up. So I needed to get outside, express my freedom that I do have, and I even went to a group and talked about it for a minute. And I felt better. Now I got my prison fix. Didn't even have to get arrested.
Right on.
Perfect.
Well, we're glad about that, because who would I drink tea with? You know?
It's very curious, the curiosity and the fascination with jail breaks and prison, because I remember watching like Nat Geo and like My Prison Story, or like those things were on it. These
it's a different universe. That's why.
Yeah, it's very curious, and like I was watching it as being in like high school, like middle school, high school, and I was like, whoa, shit, he's gonna get arrested for, you know, smuggling something or doing something, and then they show like, I think the show was called Jailed Up Abroad.
Oh yeah.
In which there's just showing like these terrible stories of people who got arrested in overseas and then were subjected to harmful conditions. And it's, I don't know, it's and I kind of thought about it for a moment, and I was like, is it just like curiosity to human suffering, and like
it's a bit of that. It's I mean, it's the what if, you know, it's a road you can go down. Yeah, and that most people don't go down. Most people are very conformist. Yeah. Most people follow all the rules. Yeah. But it's like they wonder, you know, what happens if you don't follow the rules.
It's an outsider looking in. The same with like drug addiction or prison or war or, you know, I don't know, like competitive martial arts or something. It's a different philosophy that's completely outside the norm, and people get really interested into it, and they like to scare themselves straight a little bit. True. But at the same time, I beg for people to be careful, because again, you start absorbing that information long enough, and maybe you start believing that you're on the yard and whatever, or I don't know, interesting.
Good. Well, why don't we just take a quick break?
One break, quick.
One little break.